All right, so there's actually so much going on that I forgot to cover this guy's Zenkai in my other video. So we're going to do an extra video talking about it. This is the guy that we voted for, right? I believe it was the Twitter social media Zenkai vote. I think like Yellow Cell was included in that as well. But this guy barely edged out Yellow Cell for the Zenkai. I believe that happened like 5 months ago or something. That was crazy how long it took for this guy to actually get implemented. But here we are. The green Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku from the Android 13 movie is going to be getting a Zenkai today. It's out. I mean, it's going to be out by the time you guys watch this probably. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at his stats here. He is a defense type character, so I'm assuming his defenses are going to be fairly good, while his offenses are probably not going to be that good, but we'll see. Okay. Wow, those stats are actually not bad. 187,000, 188,000 defenses are very good, and then 272, 275. Again, the offensive stats are not like at that super top tier Zenkai level, but it's not bad. I will definitely these stats. If he ends up not being that good, these stats will not be the reason for that. These are pretty good. Okay, so let's take a look at what he's able to do. Normal. So I'm actually going to give me a second to pull up the old kit so I can sort of compare this at the same time while I read this off here. Okay, so the blue card is the Energy Meteor, deals major impact damage, 30% of special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation. That is new. That was not on there before. 50% chance to cancel enemy attribute upgrades on hit. That was there already. So they basically just gave us an extra 30% damage upon activation, which is pretty good. I'll take that. All right, so this green card was already really I don't expect them to really touch this, but we'll see. So he gets 30% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts upon activation. That actually went up from 15% damage. Okay, so they buffed the damage on that. Nullifies enemies tap attack, tackle, tap shot, strike attack, or strike arts, blast arts while in fighting pose. Applies the following effects to applies the following effects when enemy attack is nullified. Restores own gauge by 100%, and then reduces enemy ki by 50. So that enemy ki reduction is actually new. That was not on there before. So they actually did buff this significantly. It gets an extra 15% damage buff and reduces the enemy ki by 50. That 50 ki reduction is actually really annoying. It's basically going to prevent you from being able to follow up on this, right? So that's pretty good. All right, and then the ultimate, the Spirit Bomb Absorption, does massive impact damage, 50% ultimate damage inflicted for 3 counts upon activation, and then Blast Armor. That was not touched. This is the same, which is fine because this is already a good enough effect. 50% damage is actually pretty good. All right, so let's take a look at his actual kit here. So his main ability is Please Lend Me Your Energy. Draws the Ultimate Arts card Spirit Bomb Absorption next. Restores own health by 40. Was it always that? No. Okay, so actually it was 35. Now it's 40%. And he gains 40 ki. That ki gain was not on the main ability prior to this. So that's pretty good. They could have given us a little bit more, I guess, but I'll take this. The extra HP, slightly bigger HP restoration factor there, and then the ki by 40 is pretty good. I will take that. All right, and then I'm assuming his Zenkai ability is going to be buffing green movies, right? Yeah, green Saga from the movies, pretty obvious. Okay, so we have 4 unique abilities here. Let's see. Miscellaneous Strike. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so this is the reason why I was mentioning last night that this guy's actually, he could be a significant tool against these androids. 50% to blast damage inflicted against tag android. Potentially, could actually damage 17 and 18 a little bit. Then he gets 40% of damage inflicted when battle starts, which actually is new. Wow. Okay. That's a pretty sizable buff. Nowadays, you really do not see... you really don't see Zenkais get this kind of treatment anymore. This guy, I mean, this is already looking pretty good. 40% to damage when battle starts, and then he's getting an extra 50% blast to androids. So he's going to be doing 90% blast damage to androids right away. That's really good. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of timer counts elapsed from battle start. 10 counts have elapsed. He reduces damage received by 20%. Cannot be canceled. That's the same, except they added can't be canceled to that. 20 counts. 50% to ultimate damage inflicted. Cannot be canceled. And then 50% of damage inflicted after 30 counts. So once the timer hits that 150 left, you're going to have this full unique ability ready. So keep in mind, that's 50% ultimate damage, but it's also on top of this other 50% ultimate damage. So basically, that ultimate is going to be hitting for 100% extra damage, which is higher than like many ultras and LF characters. That's pretty insane. So once 30 counts have elapsed, he's going to have 90% damage. And then on top of that, he's going to have 140% blast damage to androids. This is already looking very, very good. This is already looking very, very good. This is just his main. This is just unique ability number 1. I will bet that the 2 new unique abilities are going to be pretty bad because this is already looking really good. All right. Unrelenting Fighting Spirit is the second unique ability here. Reduces damage received by 50% until combo ends when changing cover. And then he gains 35% of damage inflicted per defeated battle member. That is not different from what he already had. That is the exact same, which is fine because that's already still pretty good. So basically, assuming you have this 10 count condition fulfilled, which is very easy to do, he's actually going to be covering with 70% reduces damage received. With a unit that has the stats that this guy has defensively, that's going to be very, very good. He's going to be taking very minimal damage. And then as a last man standing unit, this guy's getting an extra 70% damage. So 70 plus 50, 120, plus 40. So he's at 160% damage inflicted as the last man standing with an extra 50% blast to androids. So that's 200%, 210% blast damage to androids. Okay. What could these possibly be? There's no way these are that good. Can't afford to lose. The following effects occur when changing cover. Seals all enemies' main abilities for 5 timer counts. Seals enemies' special move and special arts. The sealed arts cannot be used for 5 timer counts. So they can't main ability, they can't blue card, and they can't green card for 5 counts. That could definitely be very annoying. I don't think that's going to really make or break anything here, but it's definitely an annoying ability for sure. And then the final unique ability is Victorious Fortitude. Applies the following effects to enemy when changing cover. Okay, so a lot of things are happening when changing cover. Reduces ki by 30 and then reduces Dragon Balls by 1. Activates twice. That's really powerful because it allows you to swap this guy in via a cover change without really having to worry about him instantly getting rushed. So it kind of, it kind of acts as sort of like a pseudo endurance. It's not as good as endurance, but it kind of acts that way because it prevents the enemy from rushing you in a different way than them just not wanting to. But let's just recap everything that's happening when this guy changes cover because there's a lot going on here. So assuming you have the 10 timer count restriction fulfilled, he's taking 20% less damage. He's taking 50% less damage. So he's taking... He's taking 70% less damage. He's sealing main abilities, special moves, and special arts. And he's reducing ki by 30, and he's reducing your Dragon Balls by 1 every time he cover changes. That's a lot of effects. I actually think this guy's going to be pretty good. This is most certainly the best Zenkai we've gotten in a very long time. I'm actually going to be pretty excited to test this guy out. I mean, he seems like he'll be pretty good. 2.76 million HP. The art is very good. Like I don't really have anything bad to say about this guy. I think he's going to be pretty good. That's pretty much going to be it for this one. I just wanted to make sure I got this in because I forgot to go over this in the other video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know down below what you guys think of this guy's Zenkai Awakening, and I will see you guys all in the next one.